Hello everyone, this is Kona, and thank you for tuning in to another TF2 commentary. So I'm continuing my favorite loadouts for each class, and up next is the Scout, which, I'll be honest, is probably my worst class. I know there are a lot of people out there who are great at Scout, and I think when I was younger, I wasn't that bad at it, but I'm getting older now, and my reflexes aren't what they used to be, and yeah, you get it. You get the point. I just suck at Scout. But that doesn't stop me from playing him. I still do have my favorite loadouts. So, here we go. At number 3 is something I call the Fish and Chips. I know it's kind of a weird name. It consists of the Force of Nature, the Pistol, and the Holy Mackerel. Now, there's not much synergy between these weapons, at least when I use it, there's not much synergy. I mainly use this loadout because of the Force of Nature. I think the gun is actually pretty good, but it takes, it just takes a while to get used to all that knockback. I actually found out recently that you can just hold down the mouse button and it'll do like this really quick 2-round burst. It's actually kind of nice. I think you can actually do this with like any scatter gun or any other guns. You just hold it down and it'll just keep on shooting. But with the Force of Nature, because it has that faster firing rate, when you hold it down, it's like having 2 shots on the same spot, so you don't really have to re-aim in between your shots. At least when I use it, I don't really re-aim in between my shots. I probably should. I know this is probably not the right way to do it, but it's sort of been working for me. I also like that third jump you get with the fan. It can really help you a lot with making these long jumps to flank people and finding like different routes around the map. It's kind of nice there where, sometimes you can go to places where people don't really expect a scout to come from just because you can make that third jump. Now as for the pistol, I rarely use the pistol, but if I have to, I'll whip it out and I can use it to like chip someone to death if they're really low. And for the melee weapon, of course I'm gonna use the Holy Mackerel. The Holy Mackerel, the fish, it's gotta be like the funniest weapon the Scout has. It might be the funniest weapon in TF2. I'm not sure about that. The Holiday Punch is a close second. But yeah, Holy Mackerel, so much fun to use. And what's weird is that I think Valve hasn't really fixed this weird glitch with it where the head gets all twisted, like the fish's neck gets all tangled up and twisted. So yeah, it's kind of a weird glitch that happens whenever I hit someone, but actually now that I think about it, maybe they should leave that in. They should leave that glitch in. I think it makes the weapon funnier. At number 2 is a loadout I call the Moo Juice Janitor. It consists of the Scattergun, the Mad Milk, and of course the Holy Mackerel. Now this is sort of my frontline team fighting loadout, and I know that I could have probably used the shortstop instead, and that would really take full advantage of the item set, the special delivery set. But I honestly think that the default scattergun is the best primary weapon for the Scout. It's pretty accurate, it has consistent damage output, and it has a nice rhythm to it, I think. It has a nice fire rate. It doesn't fire too fast or too slow. The thing with the Scout though is that he's really squishy. I think the most effective way to play Scout is to like flank from the side or from the back and get these quick pickoffs on people who are alone. But unfortunately, that's not really my play style. I don't like to really play like that. I like to be on the front lines near my teammates. So that's why I decided to use the Mad Milk. I feel like it's more of a team-oriented weapon since your teammates can take advantage of it if they get the hits, of course. Now after I throw the milk in a team fight, I usually kind of sit back a little bit and try to look for classes that I can clean up myself. Maybe if someone is low, if they have low health or something like that, I'll go for them. If there's a medic who's too distracted healing other classes, I might go for the medic. Or if there's like a sniper who is getting free shots, I really don't like that. I really don't like when snipers get free shots on like a big team fight because like no one's contesting them. So if I see that, I might just actually go for them. So I try to look for those opportunities after, I sort of contribute, quote, contribute by throwing the milk in a team fight. Now once in a while, I'll try to go back to playing a little bit smarter and like roam for pickoffs. I think in those kinds of situations, the Scout has a really big advantage. But I have this really bad habit when I do that of like shooting 2 times and then switching to the Holy Mackerel to try and get a fish kill. It's kind of a bad, it gets me killed like almost every time. But it's just something about getting fish kills, it's just so much fun. So finally, at number 1 is my absolute favorite loadout for the Scout. It's the catch this loadout with the soda popper, the flying guillotine or the guillotine, depending on how you want to pronounce that, and the Sandman. And I'll be honest, this loadout isn't really about the soda popper. Landing that Sandman guillotine combo is just so satisfying. I think it's even more satisfying than getting fish kills. Now, it's just something about landing those 2 projectiles in a row. It's just so much fun. And the fact that, you know, for some reason, I guess because it's a critical hit. When you land that guillotine when they're stunned, they go like flying. It's just hilarious. It's just so cool. Even just landing the stun feels kind of good. I mean, the only other stuns that I can think of in the game are from taunt kills, so the Sandman is pretty unique. Also, it might just be because I like to play support heroes in Dota 2 that can stun. Those are my favorite heroes to play, so maybe I'm just kind of a stunning guy. Get it? Never mind. So anyway, yeah, Sandman guillotine combo, fantastic. And you can like spam the guillotine twice as much as the Sandman, because I think the Sandman has a 15-second cooldown for the baseball, and the guillotine has a 6-second cooldown. So I usually just spam the guillotine, or just throw it a second time as fast as possible, and then by the time it's ready again, so for the 3rd time, I should have my combo up and ready to go. Now the soda popper, which I think they kinda nerfed hard. I really miss the mini crits. That used to be awesome. Now you have those jumps. But yeah, the soda popper, I sort of just use that as a 2-shot burst weapon, similar to the Force of Nature. But since it doesn't have that knockback, I can usually shoot it while in the air without worrying about these weird changes in direction in mid-air. And when I shoot people, I don't have to worry about them going flying all over the place, so I miss my 2nd shot. So in a way, it can make landing the 2 shots a little bit easier, but also, since it doesn't have that knockback, you know, they're right there next to you, so if you don't kill them, and it's like a soldier or something like that, you might be in trouble. So those are my favorite loadouts for the Scout. I don't really have those sick reaction times and stuff like the pro players and such, and the coordination to jump and shoot at the same time, I have a really hard time doing that. So I'm not that great at the Scout, but it's still fun to play him once in a while if you just gotta go fast. Now, my question for you is, what's your favorite loadout for the Scout? And if you have some interesting loadouts that I could try out, let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious to find new ways to play Scout. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.